What is going on, folks? Gecko Guy here. Just going to be doing like a drive and talk kind of video. I haven't made a video in like a month. It's just been super busy at my job. I work 70 hours a week as a truck driver. I've got a 2.5 hour commute to and from work. And then I am a landlord on the side. I've got a rental property. And then I try to do what I can as far as videos. I'm also going to school for free because my company pays for it. So I finally get to go back to school after being out of school for like more than a decade. I kind of dropped out of college to be a truck driver. And then I'm like, oh, this is only going to be temporary. And then 10 years go by. Almost. I think I've been driving 9-ish years, but I decided like that was the quickest, easiest way to get a big boy job, was to just get my CDL. It was only like $4,000 at the time to go through the schooling, but I kind of wanted to just kind of sit back and chill and be like, I kind of started this channel doing animal videos. I don't really do any of that anymore. I kind of did what I wanted to do with the animals. I did a lot of RC cars, and that was cool for the time being in my young 20s. But I'm 32 now, so it's like it's hard when you're living on your own. Like, you start realizing all of your expenses that you got to go through in life, like car insurance, health insurance, insurance for breathing, tax for living. It's so astronomically stupid, the amount of stuff that we got to pay for now. Heck, I don't even do cable television, but like paying for internet every month plus your streaming whatever stuff is like more than cable itself, and it's like that's just kind of what we live with today. That's the norm. Smartphones are what, like $1,500 a phone now? It's just asinine. I even had to sell my Toyota Tacoma because that thing was just, I got unlucky. It started falling apart, and then I got rear-ended, and then rear differential kind of gave out, and I'm like, all right, well, sell it to the dealership and go back to Mitsubishi. They have never done me wrong. So that's what I did, and I'm shocked that I got $19,500 for my 2020 Tacoma with over 110,000 miles on it. But oh well, I just took it. So there's that. And it's crazy to think that like a third of this year is already over with. It's like the 28th of March, probably going to be April something when I finally upload it with how busy I am. So even being a landlord, like I sold my duplex last year because I held on to it. That's the best thing you can do, is have an appreciating asset, hold on to it, and then sell it. So could I have held on to it more long term? Yeah, probably, but I was happy with the amount that I was going to get from selling it, and the area was just starting to turn into less than favorable. It had I don't really need to get into specifics, but like it just was not a fun area starting to live in anymore. And then got a neighbor with dementia that was throwing nails in the road every other day because he didn't like people parking on the road. And it's like, you can't do that shit. Excuse my French, but damn. Just the annoying stuff that you have to deal with. And it's like, the police, they didn't do anything. And it's like, well, what do? You're gonna solve it with the streets and hit a 70-something-year-old man? No, not gonna be doing all that. But it's like it's frustrating, and everybody on my street got a pop tire, including myself at one point, and the city just does not a damn thing. They didn't do anything when we had the Kenosha riots. Nope, not a thing. So I don't even know where I'm going with this. I'm just kind of like rambling and kind of sharing my frustrations. Like, I get it, I'm like a failed YouTuber, like 20-something thousand subscribers. I really enjoyed and still do enjoy making videos. It's just, life is hard. It gets in the way. Earthling 1984, you've always been a cool dude. GB Linden. And that's another thing too, is like we lost Ultimate RC, like the Ultimate RC forum. I used to be pretty involved in that. Like, for whatever reason, Ultimate RC just kind of up and left, like in 2013, 14, and here we are at 2026, so it's been well over a decade. So it's like, who even remembers Ultimate RC at this point? So, and then from like 2013 up until about 2018, 19, I was hesitant to even recommend you guys any sort of RC car or anything, because as soon as stuff was getting released, it was like getting discounted into oblivion, and then it's like that company was going under, or company XYZ buys out ABC or whatever, and then Horizon Hobby did something weird and like bought or sold some other company. I don't even know if HPI has been around. Arma's, I think, is still around. Traxxas is still around. And then it's like there was a lack of innovation, like a lack of anything new. And it, like, as far as the RC world, it's like it has no collectability. It has playability, but it has no collectability. So it's like as soon as you spend $400 on a new RC, it's like a project car. You know it needs aluminum, this and that, and then you try to resell it to recoup 20% of what you paid for after putting all your hop-ups and stuff on that. It was hard to stay in it. Like, it was starting to be like, I don't enjoy this anymore. And then, heaven forbid, you get an RC plane, the second it goes up into the air, whether you crashed it or not, you're not even going to get 10% of your money back. And then storing the LiPo batteries and dealing with all that, and then the places that I used to be able to run at for free are starting to be like bought out by private equity, and then you can't go there anymore, or like they're bought out by a company, so it's like they don't want you on the property. And I get it, they have every right to do so, but and then call me paranoid, but after the Kenosha riots and then the COVID stuff, I don't really like going out, and I don't like going out past like 5 p.m. So there's that too. So it's like I'm 32 years old. I've been in the trucking industry for quite a while. I know what to look for and what to stay away from. And I've learned a lot, failed a lot, got back up on my 2 feet, and I'm happy to say, like, I finally have my second forever home and then another rental. So I'm doing okay. And I took a pretty serious leap with buying like 40 something thousand Pokemon cards and made my money back, and now everything is green and in the profits. But it's like I highly recommend, like, probably don't do that. It was hard to make my money back. Just selling anything in general is hard to make your money back. It's like all these thrift stores, Goodwill has gotten ridiculously smart. It's harder and harder to find items for $2 that sell for $20-30 all day long on eBay, because when I got out of high school when I was 17, 18 years old, I couldn't get a job, not even at McDonald's, until I was like 19, 20, because I had a couple of things on my record because I was bullied in high school, and then I got the short end of the stick in high school in the court system. So whatever, there's that. So I turned to a lot of YouTube in order to, I guess, learn how to make money so I'm not a piece of crap that stays in my parents' house. But I was trying, nonetheless. I was trying to do whatever I could and try to go to school. So, yeah. And then now here I am at 32. I got 70 hours in a in a 80,000 pound vehicle, basically a walk-in closet on wheels, to think about stuff. Or like, everybody complains about their 9 to 5. It's like, I don't even see my house more than 8 days a month, and that's just the kind of life I chose. But I'm kind of working towards things in life to try to get towards maybe a career change. So I'm happy, I'm stable where I'm at. I've got all my bills are paid for, everything's going good for myself. Like, so yeah, there's that. And I'm completely changed. I'm into different things now. I'm not so much involved in RCs. I like my 3D printing and prototyping and CAD modeling, and I'm taking a programming course, and I kind of like that stuff. I always liked computers. I always liked technology. Everything changes. It's changing faster, especially with AI, faster than we can blink. But the trucking industry, it's really not different day after day. It's like you're always going from A to B to C, and that's it. I mean, there's electric trucks that are good for short haul. There's a very short run of semi trucks that are fully autonomous, no driver in there. That is likely not ever gonna take over the industry, at least until I retire in the next 30 something years. Now the retirement age is 67, so it's probably going to be 70 when I get to retire. The overall stock market right now is down 8-ish% or more, so good to start buying in. Like, buy in on the dip, and then hold on to it. So getting back to like collectability type stuff. So yeah, like the stuff that I grew up with, like take Pokemon cards for example. Some of that base set I can't believe is worth more than my house. And then you take a look at, I was told, yeah, Beanie Babies are going to be the best thing that are going to appreciate in value. Nope. That are like the worst return. So even in the trading card world, so Pokemon and Magic the Gathering has decent returns. The vintage is kind of flatline. Yu-Gi-Oh! Just kind of imploded itself. Like, it's not worth keeping long term unless you have the original Dark Magician Girl, Exodia, Blue Eyes White Dragon. And even then, those don't go for crazy amounts, like a couple hundred to maybe 1,000, sure, on a good day if you have a PSA 10. And PSA even kind of imploded themselves too. Like, they're not in really good standing because they've been caught doing shady stuff to their customers. So it's like, I don't know. We have crazy inflation going on right now, and even me making like $100,000 a year just for my day job, plus if you want to be realistic, yeah, I charge $2,100 for a rental per month, but like $1,500-$1,600 is just the expenses of just the mortgage and the insurance and all that other crap. Water, sewer. So really what I'm able to put in my pocket is $400 or $500 maybe. But this year I don't get to profit anything because I just spent all that money on a roof, and it's just hard finding good contractors too. Like this roofing contractor, man, I don't know. Guess there was a reason why he was like $3,000 cheaper than every other quote I got, but it is what it is. But honestly, I wish everybody that does watch, previously watched, or if you find this video in your feed in the future, I hope everybody's doing good. Let me know what you've been up to, like how long you've been watching my videos, what have you done in your life, what's changed. So yeah, like, funny how I used to get excited about spending $300-$400 on an RC car. Now I'm like excited about finishing my basement or getting a new toilet just because. It's funny that the stupid thing that excites you when you're older, I don't know. And then I work for a pretty large carrier, and it's sad really that trading cards, like the children's trading cards, there's no limit in these stores. Some stores, they've got hidden behind glass cases, they're locked up. I really think the trading cards should have stayed with like the local game stores. It should not have been to like Costco's and Targets. Yeah, I really think that's unfair to the little guys. It's bad for small business, and it kind of hurts the economy more. So many more empty shops. There's so many people, good, talented people that are very friendly, business savvy, that would like to start small businesses and can't because of just how things are today. And even the small businesses that say that are currently in business, even in my hometown, they're better than me because at least they tried. I couldn't. And that's not trading card related. That's like other small business related. There's a couple of small shops that have popped up, and then one just closed down. And I'm sure everybody's got that one store or restaurant that is just notorious for churn and burn. It's not that the people are bad or the business is bad. It's just the area and location just really sucks. So, I mean, I get it. Everybody's kind of penny pinching. Everybody's holding on to those funds and saving it for a rainy day, saving it for an emergency, which is very smart. Like, there's not a lot of extra money to go around to try to spend on that. But people are always in different points of their life. They might have a little bit more money than you and me. I would love to bring a hobby shop back to my hometown. The owner died, and nobody's been able to bring anything back ever since. But, you know, these shop rents, I've looked into it, they're just ridiculous. Very expensive. So you got all that overhead, and then it's hard to try to buy and sell things and get a good, decent price on to get a margin. Everybody's always trying to one-up each other, and oh, I know what I got. Yeah, sure you do. So that's just my little rambly rant here as I'm trying to commute home. Super freaking tired right now. Like 67 hours. So that's roughly, 13 and a half, 14 hours plus a 2.5 hour commute home. I am too tired to even function or be a human being. And I know this video is probably not going to get a lot of views or any at all. And even some of my old videos, I get it. It's totally my fault. Totally me. Like, I'm just not making the numbers that I used to. And that's totally fine. Maybe it's time to, I don't know, maybe move on. But hope everybody's doing well. Thanks for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. YouTube, broadcast yourself. I'm probably going to get a strike for saying something like that. Bunch of hypocrites. See you later.